interview, because I'm requesting asylum. I'm telling them that my brother that's right here, he had an incident with some cartel members over there, man. He was over there visiting, and they wanted to know who he was. He has tattoos on him, and so like he's not from around here. He has tattoos. So they forced him out of a location that my brother was in, and they took him out at gunpoint because my brother was refusing to leave the establishment because, as my brother told me, he's like, man, if I go with them, that's probably it for me, considering what be going on over there,
Yeah.
My brother said, man, they're going to find me all chopped up or something, But they once they pulled guns on him, they took him outside and just interrogating him, like, who are you? Why are you here? And they were just, according to the answers that my brother was giving, they were confirming them, so they found out that my brother, they asked him, where does he live? What does he do for a job, for a living and everything? My brother lives in LA, he's just visiting over there. He drives trucks.
These are being interrogated by cartel members. Okay.
Yeah. He tells them, I live in LA, I drive trucks, for a living, transportation. And they're like, oh, transportation, And so they offered him to do business for him, and my brother declined. And that didn't sit well with them, So I don't want to get too much into that, but the village is small. Word spreads around easily over there. So when the rumor is that I'm in ICE detention now, his brother, and he's likely going to be deported. So now there's rumors about these members that took him outside of that location at gunpoint. That, oh, well, when SERAFIN gets home, we'll grab him and force his brother to do our bidding. So, I had to explain this to ICE. That's why I don't want to go to Mexico, and so ICE made their report, and they said, okay, that's credible. That's a credible information that you just provided, but we're going to have to deny you because Mexico is big. It's a big country. You don't have to necessarily return to your home village. You can go anywhere else in Mexico and be safe. And so I said, they told me, do you want a judge, immigration judge, to review your case, or are you willing to sign out for your deportation? I said, no, I want a judge to hear that. So I went to court a week later before immigration judge, and the same story that I told the asylum officers, I repeated it to the judge. But I was telling the judge, like, I need a lawyer. From the very beginning, I told him I don't want to have this hearing. I want a lawyer. And the judge was like, well, you only have 10 days, and we're on our 6th day. We have to proceed. I said, no, I have 4 more days. I could get a lawyer. In 1 day, I could get a lawyer. And he was like, no, we're going to have this hearing. So as I'm telling the judge all this, I'm reluctant. I keep repeating, I need a lawyer. The report said that I requested a lawyer about 13 times. So finally the judge made a decision to have me deported. But he reads it, and it says on the document, you have 15 days within which to file an appeal. Otherwise, you will be deported. If failure to do so after 15 days, you will be deported. So I said, okay, I got 15 days. Well, the next day, they wake me up at 4 in the morning. Hey, pack up your stuff. You're being deported. I said, no, I have 15 days. Well, but at that time, 14 days. And I said, no, we're deporting you today. I said, no, look, this document right here signed by the judge. We don't care. You're being deported today. So I'm like, damn. And I told him, no, I'm not going to cooperate with the deportation. So we're at a standoff now. and I'm in the dorm, and I tell him, you're going to have to drag me out of here. Now here's getting physical. Here's potentially a parole violation if I get physical, you know. And so I'm trying to find a way to deal with them. And they shut the phones off over there when there's a deportation process going on to Mexico for security reasons. They don't want anyone hijacking the bus en route to the border. And so I can't call attorneys or anything, you know. And so I asked to speak to the, like, the equivalent to the watch commander of ICE there. And they said, well, you have to go up front to the front office because he's not going to come over here to the dorm. And I'm like, I'm not leaving this dorm because I know if I leave this dorm, I'm not coming back.
Yeah, they're going to cuff you up. And
then put me in that bus. At 1 minute, I was thinking like, have everybody come out, man, and like do a demonstration or something. Like, no, you're violating his rights, you know. But it's 4 a.m, you know. Everybody is asleep, man. So they told me, look, if you want to speak to our supervisor, go up to the front. I finally decided to do that, and I took my stuff with me, and I gave everything to the guys that I was there with. Gave them everything. I said, look, I come back, I want my stuff back, you know. And they were like, all right, thinking I wasn't coming back, you know.
Yeah.
And so I went up to the front, and I got to speaking with the supervisor from supervising ICE agent, and I'm explaining to him, you're violating my rights, you know, but they didn't care. So I said, well, you guys are going to have to drag me. And there were like 25 other guys that were being deported to Mexico with me, along with me. And by the time I got to the front office, these guys are already out of their jumpsuits and in their civilian clothes on the chain gang.
Yeah.
And they're ready to go on the bus. I'm holding them up. And so the supervising ICE agent says, look, give us your fingerprint. And I said, let me get a phone call first, and then I'll give you my print, because that's part of the process. They want your index fingerprint. I said, I'll give you my fingerprint, but just give me a phone call. And he said, it doesn't work that way. And I said, well, you know, get your guys together, and then you're going to have to drag me in the bus. I'm not going willingly. They didn't want to do that either for some reason. Well, they're violating my right to begin with. So if there's a report that this is going on, it's going to come out like, well, you weren't supposed to deport him today anyway. So I knew that much, and so it was like a game of chess, you know, and we're at a stalemate right here. So right at the point where I thought they were getting ready to put their hands on me, I gave in. I said, okay, you know what? The supervising agent, he told me, look, as all these agents right here are my witnesses, give us your print and I'll walk you to that phone and that you make a call. And I looked around and all of them went like this. I said, all right. I gave him my print, and sure enough, he walked me over to the phone. I called Loyola Law School, who represented me at all my parole board hearings. By this time, it's already like 9 a.m. because it was a long process. It took that long of a standoff, you know. And I called Loyola. They answered, and I'm telling them what's going on. They're about to deport me, and they're like, when? Like in a couple of days? No, like right now. And they're like, oh, but they can't do that. Let us speak to one of the agents. And I looked at the supervising agent. My lawyer wants to talk to you. And he's like, no, we're not going to talk to any lawyers. I'm giving you your phone call. Do what you got to do, because we're going to hang up in a minute. And my lawyer says, okay, Serafin, look, we want you to do this. Whatever you have to do it very slowly. If you got to tie your shoes, tie them very slowly, because we need every minute, we need every second to file an emergency appeal. I said, all right, hung up, boom, and did exactly as they told me to do. You know, I was taking my time, getting out of my jumpsuit, putting on my socks, my clothes. I was taking my sweet time, man. And finally, when I was ready, I got on the bus, you know, and we left. We stopped in San Bernardino, a substation of ICE right there, have lunch. So that saved us some time. And there's a holding tank they put us in. They said there was a phone in there. They said don't use it. And first thing I did, I got on it, called Loyola. Hey, we're over here in San Bernardino. We're gonna be here for an hour. We're eating lunch. They said okay, good. ICE agent comes in, he grabs the phone and he hangs it up, you know. But I got it, the call in, you know.
Yeah.
So, boom, we're en route now to the border, and I'm thinking they're gonna have to drag me off the bus. But as I get to San Diego County, it's already the afternoon, and I'm seeing people enjoying their freedom, families walking together, the park, and all this and that, and what I want, freedom. I told myself, you know what, I'm getting off the bus. I'm going to Mexico. And we got off the bus, lined all 25 of us along the wall to the gate, and they're processing one at a time. I'm number 16 out of 25. When there's like 5 left ahead of me, I'm gonna be through that gate in about 10 minutes maybe or less. When the ICE agent says, hey, Serafin, he said, step out of that line. He says, don't walk through that gate because you'll never come back. He says, get back on the bus. We're taking you back to the ICE processing center. I knew what happened. You know, my attorneys were successful. You know.
Look at these guys over here. They got popcorn. They got licorice. Homie's got some milk duds over there.
Everybody's starving on back here. Tell the truth.